Most contractors waste thousands of dollars on Thumbtack, Angi, 411, Bark, Home Advisor, yada, yada, yada. You name the list, it goes on and on and on. And so here's what you should actually do instead. Because a third of the leads across these platforms are either unreachable or qualified. And so that money is like getting lit on fire and gone. It's vanishing out of your pocket and you get nothing, absolutely nothing in return. And let's say even the 66% that you do get in contact with, that you do actually have a conversation with, every single one of them is talking to 5 other contractors, because once again, this data is being sold to everyone. Why? Because that's how they make money, is by selling you a bunch of different leads, because they don't care what happens on the back end. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't care if you complain, because they know for most contractors, contractors don't have another source of leads, that they have to stick with them regardless. And so they've monopolized the market in a way where they can keep you on even if you're upset. And that's why you hear so many contractors complaining, yet these companies still make millions and even billions of dollars. All right. And so if you actually calculate the cost, I don't know how many of these contractors of you watching have a sheet for this and data for your business. If you don't, let's talk. We can fix that for you. But if you actually calculate the real cost on a book job, it's often way, 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 way more than you even thought, right? Let's say that you spend $100 a lead and you get 5 leads. 3 of them are automatically disqualified. You talk to 2, you don't close 2, so you might have to spend $2,000 to close a job, right? But most contractors don't have the data and the accounting for this. They don't actually know what the cost per book job is. They just go, well, I'm getting some leads, so whatever, right? And the leads are cheap, but yeah, cheap leads are fine and all until it adds up. It adds up, it adds up, it adds up, it adds up, right? You've got 20 leads and no conversions. Oh, that's a big problem now. And so if you calculate the real cost per book job, you'll notice that, wow, this isn't actually as cost effective and as efficient as it should be, especially considering that you don't even own the system. You don't own the marketing, right? You don't own any of those things. You don't even own the leads. You don't own anything. Nothing is in your control. So any moment in time, your business can go under. Why? Because it's not reliant on anything you do, right? If all of a sudden someone outbids you, boom, business lead is gone, right? If for whatever reason your account gets shut off, boom, everything is gone. You don't control anything, right? Imagine the business goes under, right? Imagine you get all your leads from Angi and Angi goes under, boom. Now what happens to your business, right? You don't own it, you don't control it. Not to mention just how tiresome it is running around chasing these leads. I know, because I used to door knock, and it's brutal. I used to door knock for a painting company. Chasing these leads around is absolutely brutal, especially in a world where no one answers their phone, no one even will show up or confirm an appointment that they book. It's ridiculous, right? And it gets even worse when you have shared leads that are talking to 8 different companies. So who are you again? What was your price again? And it's like, wow, right? No fun. Not a fun way to run business. And so the alternative to this is owning your own marketing, right? Owning your own ads, your own CRM, your own pipeline, your own phone number, your own everything, right? That is the alternative. That way no one can shut it off and no one can sell your data to competitors because it is your own. And this is what all the contractors are now switching to, right? This is what all of our guys are doing that we're implementing for them, and we're seeing a shift in the market, right? Back 20 years ago, it was, you stick a sign in the ground, you hand out a couple business cards, and maybe you send some mailers, right? Maybe you run an ad on the radio, right? Maybe you put some up on Yelp. You'd be lucky if you even had something on Google, right? And that would suffice. Nowadays it's different. The market has changed. The consumers have changed, right? Everyone nowadays is on their phones, right? How many Google reviews do you have? What does your website look like, right? Well, let me go check out their Instagram profile and their Facebook. And if these things are not up to date, which for most contractors are not, because they're busy working in the field, not sitting on a stupid laptop, filming silly little Instagram videos, these things are outdated. Yet that's what everyone is looking at. And so if you're a contractor who's looking for something that you own, for something that will stand the test of time and is actually adapting to the market where we're at, and you're sick and tired of dealing with shared leads and all this stuff, then check out what we've got, right? Maybe it doesn't work for you. I'm not here to try and push someone who doesn't work. If it's not a good fit, we'll push you away, and it's no harm either way. But I know that what we have, I built it after knocking doors for years and being a carpenter myself. And so I know that what we have is better than any other company out there, right? It's no shared leads. You own the system. You own the leads. You own the contacts. Everything is yours. It's exclusive to you. You can turn it on when you want. You can turn it off when you want. It's all yours in your business. And so if you're tired of shared leads and just having to rely on other people, even word of mouth, right? Word of mouth is phenomenal, but you can't just scale word of mouth and next month make a bunch more money. And so if it's slow, it's slow. If it's fast, it's fast. You have no control. And so if you're someone who wants control, you want that certainty, that predictability, right? So you can actually grow and maybe bring on another crew, right? Maybe scale the business, right? Because now you know what's kind of coming in, then this might be something that you've been looking for. And so there'll be a link below in the description of this video where you can book a call with my team, or you can even watch another video to learn a little bit more about the system to see if it could be a good fit for you. Otherwise, I hope that you now know why most contractors waste thousands on these companies, because they don't understand the true cost per job and what you can do instead to make sure that you are not losing out on a lot of money.